Carolina is receiving about 76,000 doses of the coronavirus vaccine each week from the federal government. This week, we told you the suspension of jury trials is backing up the court system, and it's also affecting our local jails. News Channel 6's Chloe Salsameda has the story.
Hundreds have been waiting for their day in court for months now, but they don't know when that will come because their case can't go to trial. So many of them are waiting it out behind bars, and it's making a big impact on Richmond County jails that are nearly full. Behind the barbed wire fences and brick walls, inmates at the Charles B. Webster Detention Center are waiting to learn one thing: if they'll be acquitted or convicted of the charges they face. Many have been waiting for that verdict for months.
We're running about 800 cases that are awaiting trial.
The pandemic forced the courts to shut down jury trials last spring, meaning those inmates are waiting indefinitely for their court date.
Most of our offenders are either violent offenders or offenders that can't make bond on their charges. Of those 800 that I'm talking about, 500 of those are violent crimes, so they're not eligible for bond to start off with.
Some inmates are taking plea bargains, freeing up jail space, but the detention center is nearly full.
We're running 95% capacity out here right now.
Organizations and think tanks like Reform Georgia argue jail systems need to make major changes to cut their populations, especially during a pandemic.
We can't be holding people for months in overpacked jail while they wait for the trial date.
They suggest eliminating low-level offenses that are not public safety threats.
Even for most offenses and charges, people don't need to be held indefinitely.
If the pandemic improves, jury trials may resume in March, bringing some relief to courts, jails, and inmates who have been in limbo for months. In Augusta, Chloe Salsameda, Wjbf, News Channel 6.
Let's take a look at our forecast, our live Viper 6 radar, and tonight is a Viper alert night. The reason we've called it for that is because we have a chance of maybe a gusty storm rolling on through. Not looking for any big severe weather, but certainly some heavy downpours, and here it is. Rain now starting to come right into the city from Evans, Martinez, Grovetown, over near the fort. It's raining right now outside the studios, and heavier rain out towards the west and north. So there's Washington. All this activity is now to the east of you. Lincolnton headed soon into McCormick, into Edgefield County, into Aiken. And even some lightning here with some of these cells as we continue to move off towards the south. There's Warrenton. There is Highway 278, 17. Look at that lightning strike just north of Gibson. All of this is moving off towards the east. And even Sparta had a little lightning a few minutes ago as well. So here it is. Here's our showers and some thunderstorms that are rolling on through. One more batch tonight, but I think this is the one that'll probably pack a small punch. And then here comes the cold front. That'll be move through late tonight into tomorrow, and that's just going to bring more and more rain. So let's look outside right now. Our Chief News Sky if you can. That is a wet Bobby Jones Expressway and Wrightsboro Road for sure. So a little extra time headed home tonight, if you please. Want to make sure that you are safe. Look at temperatures. 60s, generally speaking, and there's our thunderstorms with some lightning now. McCormick, Edgefield, also into Sandersville. So again, these are some storms moving on through. We'll continue to watch it. Futurecast, 7 o'clock tonight. Maybe a little lagging behind here, but still nonetheless, it proves the point. Here's our showers, and again, a rumble of thunder wouldn't surprise me through about 10, 11 o'clock. This will move off towards the east. This may be a little overdone, but nonetheless, by about midnight, I think Louisville and Waynesboro, y'all going to get in on the action with, again, a shower, a rumble of thunder. There's 1, 2 o'clock before everything moves off towards the east, and then it's a lot more rain headed our way for Saturday. And then into Sunday as well. Showers, isolated storms tonight. Again, some brief heavy rain and some lightning. Not looking for a severe outbreak. But we've issued this alert day just because we haven't had storms in a while, and I don't want you to be caught off guard, especially headed home. We'll talk about all the rain that's headed our way tomorrow through the weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, Tim, thanks so much. A major company is bringing more than 400 jobs to the CSRA. Generac, the maker of backup generator products, will set up operations on Industrial Park Boulevard in Trenton, South Carolina. This will bring 450 manufacturing jobs to the area. City leaders say the new facility will be a game changer for the entire region.
Payroll alone will put about $1.6 million back into the community over time. And that, obviously for every one manufacturing job that is created, We usually see 1 to 2 other jobs created somewhere else in the community as some type of spinoff.
Those operations are expected to begin at the end of this year. Augusta commissioners are not alone in developing this evening. Many locals are furious after they say they were billed for things they never bought. People who recently dined at IHOP on Peach Orchard Road say they've been billed for items multiple times, even when they didn't purchase anything at the restaurant on the same day or any day close to that. Some say they've been billed twice and even up to 16 times.
Brought my son here on the 8th. He came in from California. He wanted to eat, so we ate. But we paid cash. But they still took out money out of my bank account that same day, Monday.
That IHOP says that they're blaming it on computer issues. A spokesperson telling us, "We apologize for any inconvenience this has caused for our guests. We encourage any guests who have additional questions regarding this matter to please reach out to guest.relations@ihop.com. The location closed yesterday, but it is back open today, and we are digging deeper into these allegations. You can find more on our website. Friends, family, and customers are mourning the loss of a well-known restaurant owner. Richard Goolsby, who owned Goolsby's Restaurants, was hit by a car and killed on Highway 47 in Lincoln County Wednesday night. News Channel 6's Mary Calkins with more now about how he'll be remembered.
Lincoln County residents tell me that Richard Goolsby was a pillar of this community. They say he was a man who meant so much to a town so small. They tell me he loved his friends, his family, and his Lincoln County Red Devils. Goolsby was once the trainer for the Lincoln County football team. Former head coach Larry Campbell says Goolsby made plans with friends to go on vacation in Fort Worth, but when the team made the playoffs, he knew where he'd rather be.
Richard canceled out. He come here, stayed here with the football team, and caught another plane and flew to Fort Worth by himself.
I'm told he was no stranger to the stadium, and he never met a stranger either. He was known for always lending a hand.
He was the kind of person that you didn't know that you needed him, and he would show up. And when he left, you knew that you needed him.
Before going on to own a few restaurants, Goolsby was a physician's assistant at the local doctor's office.
He was a great guy. He was a wonderful guy. He was trained as a physician's assistant, but his love was cooking.
His loved ones shared many memories of him today.
Richard was always around. He was one of those that I would always look up to.
Tremendous loss for Lincoln County. Words can't describe what he meant to this county and his family has meant.
Dr. Williams said he had the good fortune of running into Goolsby twice yesterday.
We ended on a good note, and I'll always remember that note, and I'll always remember him.
They say what they'll remember the most, his deep love for his family.
He was a wonderful father, wonderful husband. He loved his family. He loved his family. He loved his grandchildren.
My main memory of Richard is going to be loving father and devoted husband. I taught both of his children, and he worshipped the ground they walked on. Richard loved everybody, and everybody loved Richard.
His friends say he loved this town, and this town clearly loves him. In Lincoln County, Mary Calkins, WJBF, News Channel 6.
This is the America.
The former U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Georgia is moving into private practice. News Channel 6's Denise Jefferson reports.
Former U.S. Attorney Bobby Christine is taking on a new role, one that will land him in the heart of the cybersecurity industry. Earlier this week, Bobby Christine resigned from his position as the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Georgia, one he was appointed for by President Trump in 2017. Christine's now accepted a role as the senior advisor and consultant for cybersecurity company Crosslink. There's been talks of whether Christine would throw his hat into the ring for district attorney in Columbia County if the county becomes a single judicial circuit. He tells us he would consider that position if it comes open.
I think it's probably premature because there's not legislation yet, but if the governor thought that I could bring value to that, I'd be happy to discuss that.
The bill to create a single judicial circuit passed the House Judiciary Committee last week and now moves on to the House Rules Committee. If approved, the split would go into effect on July 1st. In Augusta, Denise Jefferson, WJBF, News Channel 6.
An acting U.S. attorney has now been appointed for Georgia's Southern District, and that does include Augusta. David Estes is a 34-year Army veteran. He served as the first assistant U.S. attorney, there he is, to Bobby Christine. New at 5, the legacy of the late Dr. Fred Mullins lives on at the Still Burn Center with the unveiling of the Fred Mullins Tower. It is the largest project since the hospital was built more than 40 years ago. The tower will expand the burn center's bed count to 99. Dr. Mullins was the founder of the Burn and Reconstructive Centers of America, which grew to 16 locations in 9 states under his leadership. Mullins passed away suddenly last summer. He was also remembered at the private ribbon cutting for his dedication to each and every patient.
6. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Indeed, we've issued a Viper Alert Day for today. The Storm Prediction Center had us under a marginal risk of severe weather earlier, and tonight I'm not expecting a big severe outbreak. I want to make sure that you know that right away, so I don't want you to worry about that. However, I do think some storms tonight certainly can produce maybe some gusty winds and some brief good flashes of lightning, and again, some heavier downpours. It has been a while since we've seen some of these storms, right? So that's just why we have our alert day for tonight. But once midnight rolls around, we're done with that, and then we're going to get into some rain. Let me tell you, tonight, let's look at Viper 6. And here we have a decent rain now over Evans and north of Martinez. There's Highway 20 north of Grovetown. All of this activity, of course, as we're heading home, right? So give yourself a lot of extra time for sure. Even some lightning with that. Now the showers from Lincoln County into McCormick. So McCormick, you have a decent rain for you. There's Highway 25, and then off into Thompson. Notice the lightning south of town. So that's an cell that it certainly has some decent flashes of lightning. Highway 17, Mitchell and Gibson, some rain for you about on your doorstep. Current temperature. Well, our temperature is missing at Bushfield, Danielfield 68. I'd say it's probably about the same. Aiken about 65. Certainly a warm evening, but boy, that's changing. A wet, chilly period coming up. Friday through Sundays, we'll have periods of rain. It'll be breezy and chilly. And rain totals by the time Sunday night rolls around, perhaps up to 3 inches in many places. How about that? Well, here's our Jiffy Lube Skyview cam tonight. You can see the Bobby Jones Mighty Wet in Wrightsport Road the same. So this is a batch of rain that's moved on in. More rain is on the way. So here's the cold front out towards the west. Low pressure over Chattanooga. And a lot of storms here. They're sort of dying out, which is great. But I still think we'll have a gusty storm moving on in. More showers and storms to the west, and I think that activity will stay to our west for tonight. The deal is over the next couple days, as that front moves on through, it'll stall out to our south, and low pressure will develop along this front for a couple days, really Friday and Saturday, then actually a little bit into Sunday, and that's going to give us a decent rain, and with high pressure off towards the north, it'll be a chilly rain. So here it comes, sort of the big period. It'll go through Saturday now. And here comes the rain. I mean, just non-stop waves of rain. Maybe a little break Sunday morning, but more rain comes in for Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. And my feeling is this will take us all the way through Monday. So here's tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the driest of the day. And I say that tongue-in-cheek because we're starting to have some showers around, but we'll be socked in clouds. And with high pressure giving us a northeast wind, we'll be noticeably cooler tomorrow. There's Friday night about 8 o'clock. Then comes the rain. After about 10, 11 o'clock, that'll be the rain that comes in for much of the day on Saturday. Let's just let it play out here. Look at Saturday at noon, and let's let it go. I mean, waves of rain. Some of that rain will be heavy at times. There's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Saturday night. Notice the rain comes and goes. You plan Saturday night, just be extra careful. Perhaps a break for Sunday morning, and then more rain comes in Sunday afternoon. That'll take us really through Sunday night. How much rain? Again, I think clearly over 1.5 inches in the city. Other places about 2 inches, maybe even a little more. So we'll be watching this closely. Not going to issue an alert day for those days as of yet, but indeed some heavy rain. Tonight, an isolated storm till about midnight. We'll get down to 50 by tomorrow morning as the winds will shift. High only of 54 tomorrow, so it'll be a noticeable difference with that breeze blowing. Here's our exclusive Viper Alert 10-day forecast. Look at Saturday. I mean, just a raw day, 48. A little better for your Valentine's on Sunday temperature-wise, but a decent chance of showers. And notice we'll warm the temperatures up slowly, but still have a chance of showers as we get into the rest of our 10-day forecast, Jenny.